Welcome back to the Ride. It's the Ballhead Barbershop like only we can do it. Sterling Stevenson, Paul Rivers.
Yes,
Dog,
sir.
what's good, bro?
What's up, brother? How you feeling, man? How was your weekend, man?
Maintaining, making it happen as always. If I could borrow the words, my dog, feeling
Irie man. You gotta put the Jamaican accent on.
Didn't you hear me say I was borrowing from you?
Well, you can't borrow it if I'm using it. See, I can't lend something out if I'm still using it.
All right, you asked how I'm doing. I'm maintaining.
Let me borrow your lawnmower, but I'm out there cutting my grass.
I like that idea.
You can't borrow my lawnmower while I'm cutting grass.
that idea.
See what I'm saying? I'm already using it.
Man,
Irie man.
How you feel, bro?
Irie man.
As always, Paul is on one, lit, on 10, however you want to call it.
There
man.
it is, bro.
Yeah, man. Everything good with you?
It is, man. What we talking about today?
Bruh. JT Money said it best. you for those of you from South Florida and Florida right here, for those of you who don't know, JT Money will get you, fellas, JT Money will get you through your woman problems.
Yes,
and
he will
heal you and make you whole again.
It ain't no problem.
Ain't no problems.
Like don't hate the game because it ain't no song.
You know. JT Money had a song back in, I believe it was 98, 99. It said whole problems, but you know, we're not degrading women on the show as always, but it's a play on words, if you will, man. We talking about going through that whole phase.
Whole phase. Please clarify, because I don't want nobody attacking me.
Before we lose you, before you pass judgment, hoe ain't what you thinking. It's happiness over everything.
Yep. Putting your happiness first. Yeah. I wholeheartedly support that message.
Man, you know, happiness. You know, we've got a guest coming in, our very first guest, who's going to discuss the importance of the happiness of travel. And it's actually a group that I'm very proud to be affiliated with.
Okay.
Rock the Boat, man. This is the fourth year we got coming up. It is a very unique reunion cruise, all schools, all high schools, all classes from Orange County Public Schools and even some outside of, whether it is Oak Ridge, Jones, Evans, Dr. Phillips. I think that's pretty much all the important.
Just a whole bunch of people in the whole phase.
No, just hoeing, just happiness over everything. But no, man, it's really whether you have school representation of 100 or we even have from Cypress Creek High School, one person. You are
one happy hoe from Cypress Creek.
Paul, you
we already defined it. You can't fault me. We defined it already.
Here's the line.
Happiness over everything.
Yeah, here's the line, Paul. You're teetering.
Somebody always gonna push the envelope.
So, yeah, you go ahead.
Habitual envelope pusher.
It's him. But no, man, whether it is school representation of 100 or one, it is truly one big Rock the Boat family. It started as a reunion. We came as friends, but we left as a family, man. But, you know, that's coming up in segment 2. Our Lisa Allen, who does a great job. She and her husband, James, do a great job as primary host, and we provide a good supporting cast. But, man, it is something to behold. All that contact information, all that stuff is coming up in segment 2. But, yeah, man, you over there being a hoe, man?
No, I am not a hoe. I have graduated. I'm not a hoe anymore, Sterling.
I wasn't calling your name, man. I was asking if you put happiness over everything. Jeez.
Yes, I do. And that's a learned behavior. I'm going to be honest with you, man. I was always a pleaser just by nature. You know what I'm saying? Inside relationships, I was always the dude that I would always take the short end of the stick.
That's not realistic.
I mean, I think it's important. You know, you always got to compromise, but you do have to draw the line. You got to be able to draw the line, because if you always are the person that take the short end of the stick and you have somebody that you partnered with that doesn't reciprocate that,
therein lies the problem.
Therein lies the problem.
But
and you got to be able to determine where your happiness is, and if it's with the person you with, or if it ain't with the person you with, and you got to draw them lines.
And you got to find your happiness. Most times your happiness is with someone, but when you realize that your happiness is without them, you got to let it go. Let it go.
That's the problem.
What JT Money say? Let it go.
Let it go.
Let
it go.
if you look, go to YouTube. Shout out to JT Money doing what he do, man. Believe it or not, JT, if you're watching this, bro, you helped me get through my divorce with that song "Whole Problems," dog. Thank you. Fellas, if you got problems, check out JT Money on YouTube.
Bruh, you ain't gonna do that.
Why not? Gonna do that. Yeah, man. But what is your happy place, man? What's your thing of happiness?
If for me, it's changed over the years. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. When I was younger, I don't really think I had a good definition of what my happiness was. And I think really, in order to truly embrace your happiness over everything, the first thing you got to do for yourself is define what your happiness is. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people out there chasing stuff that they think is going to make them happy, and they get it and then find out it ain't all what it was cracked up to be. You know what I'm saying? So for me, it took a whole lot of, I kissed a lot of frogettes, you know what I'm saying, before I got to my Princess Charming. But, I found out now, for me, I just want to be comfortable in my own skin. Mm-hmm. I don't want to have to put on a mask in order to be good around my person. No. You know what I'm saying? I want to be able to be me unapologetically. You know what I'm saying? I got whatever my flaws are. I'm not saying that I can't improve, mm-hmm. but at the end of the day, I don't want to have to feel like crap in the midst of the struggle.
I got you. Now, we got some guests in studio. They are actually in a different room. I'm sure they can hear us. I definitely want them to chime in as they are married.
Oh, yeah. You got to have that perspective.
Right. So, they married mature. Let me ask y'all, with your place of happiness, were you happy before you got married, and was it a continuum of happiness with that person?
All right, I'm going to speak for myself. My name's James Allen. And what you think is happiness, you really don't know until you find it. You could be happy in a relationship and you think that's the pinnacle until you find someone else that really shows you what happiness is. Like being married, I've been married 3 times. This is my 3rd marriage. I got married real young, out of the military, out of college.
That one don't
stuff
count.
Like that.
That one don't count.
So, I didn't know who I was first. And right. I think in order for you to have a good marriage, you have to know as a man how to make yourself happy, because a woman can't make you happy and vice versa. A man can't make a woman happy. So, in essence, by the time... And I thought I met my wife at a bad time in my life. Okay. I knew who I was, but I was struggling.
Okay.
And I'm not a prideful person, but I am a type of person that wouldn't let no one help me. Right. I'm gonna figure it out myself.
That should be every man.
Right.
That should.
So if I'm gonna struggle by myself, and I'm gonna figure it out. I go into my war closet, my prayer closet. So I was at a phase like that when I actually met my wife. And it's crazy because it was at the high school reunion that I put together. This is back in 2009.
Okay. Talk about that.
And I really wasn't going to go because I was at a low point in my life. But I had so many people come in from out of town to come to this event I was putting on.
Right.
And it's crazy because when I seen her, I felt not worthy. And I'll tell you why. Because like I said, I was at a low place in my life.
Right.
Where I felt invisible because I had a degree. I done served my country, but I couldn't find a job because here in Florida, it's a right to fire state.
Right.
I'm coming from Chicago. It's nothing like that. We have unions and all that stuff like that. So I wasn't working at the time that I met her.
Okay.
I didn't want to go. I just felt like I needed to find myself.
Right.
Get by myself.
Right.
And I know, Sterling, you're pointing at me. You want to say something?
No. I want you to pause right there.
Okay.
And I want to hear your wife's interjection as far as how she saw you, where you weren't at your best, but she was able to provide happiness to you. Did you know you were going to be his happiness?
I didn't know that.
Okay.
However,
you say you did or you didn't?
I did not.
Okay.
I did not.
When did you realize you were his happiness?
I guess when he told me that. Because he was
that's usually a good time.
Oh yeah, you my happy place.
Right. Because he was my happy place. And he's not my first marriage. And my first marriage, I think, I was a little too young and I didn't know who I was, so I had spent some time, by myself as an adult, and he just really made me happy. And I was just like, man,
So is it safe to say that you both achieved an element of happiness apart, but when you came together, you were each other's supplemental happiness.
Correct.
Yeah. We got lucky because we wasn't still broken.
Yeah.
You know, and that's the thing. You can never go into a relationship broken because now you're bringing in particles of a relationship into something that you're trying to make whole. And particles can't make nothing whole.
I'm going to tell you, that is relationship experience has taught me. You know what I'm saying? I try not to use a broad spectrum brush on anything. You
Right.
know,
Right.
We always go
Yeah,
through that.
yeah.
But one thing I always said, that I wouldn't date somebody fresh out of a divorce. I've done it twice. It blew up. Crazy as it is, my current girlfriend, we started dating. She was fresh out of a divorce. But to your point, you coming into it, to be able to come through trauma and still have a willing spirit to where you trying to find happiness with somebody, that's a big deal. Because a lot of jokers, the previous 2 times I did it, they were just bitter. And it was nothing I could do to supplement a happiness that didn't exist.
They didn't have any happiness.
You didn't have it to
within.
begin with.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Too.
Right.
And so I'm coming over there just a happy as mud. Ooh.
And here you go with the
And
wet
it's
blanket.
just like, what you saying hello for?
Yeah. Still in your joy, still in your energy.
Hey, the hell you mean hey? Good
sorry.
morning. Hey, what's so good about it? You know, it's just always a negative tone
Bitter.
on
Right.
everything.
Right.
Like, how you go in an ice cream shop and get in an argument with the ice cream people? You know, who ain't happy in an ice cream shop? In an ice cream
Yeah.
shop, dog.
But y'all, go
So
ahead.
for me, that's part of me putting my happiness over everything. I had to look for a partner that was willing to be happy. You know what I'm saying? At least had their own baseline happiness to start with.
You know
what?
what?
I'm saying?
People use the term happily ever after so willy-nilly. But my interpretation is you have to have gone through hell in order to find that happiness and to live thereafter happily.
Oh yeah,
Absolutely.
you can't appreciate. That's my personal experience.
Mm-hmm.
I'm glad I went through all of the BS I went through in relationships.
Right.
Because had I not gone through that, I wouldn't be able to appreciate the good things about my current situation. You know what I'm saying?
Right. You gotta. It's almost like fertilizer. Nobody wants to accept the fact that fertilizer is poop, but it makes plants beautiful. It makes vegetables hardy. But what is the origin of poop? It stinks. It's no good. You go through those fertilizer moments, but then when your flower flourishes and it blooms, you realize it's worth it all, and that's your happiness over everything. You got to go through some crap in order
Gotta
to be
go
happy.
through it.
You have to.
Yeah, absolutely.
You
go
have
through
to.
it. You
Yeah.
don't have no idea what happiness is if you're always happy.
Exactly. It's almost like the rain validates the sun. You know, if every day was sunshiny, 82 degrees, balmy skies, not a cloud in the sky, that's not a beautiful day. That is just the norm.
Yep,
But a cloudy day makes you appreciate a sunny day.
But that's God, though. You know what I'm saying? If I could
Yes.
talk about it, that's just God's way of doing what he does is, he comes into your life at times and a lot, he gives you free will. First of all, we're born with free will.
Yeah.
If we're talking about biblical, that's why people lived hundreds and hundreds of years. They was 900 years old and still having kids. But he's
Wait a
saying that
minute.
900
Running
years
up to
old
the
and
daycare?
and still was having kids.
I'm here, balloon.
I was done at 38.
Right, but that
I
was
was
God.
done at
That was
38.
God changing how He wanted us to live.
Right.
If we going by biblical,
Right.
So we have to get to living before we get to dying because we
Wait. Say that again.
You got to get to living before you start to dying,
Talk
because
about
every day
that.
that we live is a day that we start dying, and I've learned that because I lost my mom, which was my rock. So, I now live more for her than anything. My mom, I didn't have a mom or dad who had a lot of money, but they gave me everything. They gave me love. They taught me the values of
Good
love
stuff, man. Good stuff.
and loving people. So I was brought up in a family that loved each other, but also showed me love. They couldn't give me $10 to go with my friends, but they gave me a hug and a kiss out that door and told me they loved me. Yeah. That's more valuable than any money you can get, because now that I know that, me and my wife, we do good, But it's nothing like hearing your kids say, I love you. You can't put a price on that.
Yeah,
So now I know the value of love is way more than money.
Right.
So I had to learn to deal with those things and know that I got to start living, because each day I'm living, I'm getting closer to death. And people got to realize you're going to be dead longer than you ever going to live on this earth. So if you live it each day to wake up, to be mad, to be sad, to find something to find a problem with, I'm telling you, you're wasting your time, because problems they're gonna come. They're gonna come. But God, if He done brought you through anything in your life once, that means He gonna do it again. Yeah. And we have to realize that and trust, and that's where the hope and trust come from. And I think that's what brought me and my wife together, because I was in a point where I shouldn't have been, because I was educated.
Right.
You know what I mean? I served the country. There's no way I should be in that element, but God put me there.
Right.
And I had to realize that He was trying to get my attention.
Right.
Because I think at those times, I was thinking I was doing everything myself, even though I knew God for myself back then. But He has a way of getting your attention and tapping you on the shoulder.
Right.
And sometimes He gonna take you to the dirt if you ain't really listening to Him.
Yeah.
So, I thank God for all the trials. And like you say, those trials and tribulations make you who you are.
Hey,
Man,
the doors of the church are now open.
Yeah, man, your story got a lot
Yes,
of
sir.
parallels. Similar to you, I was a pharmacist, lost my degree, ended up having to spend 2 years in a federal prison camp. Came home, lost everything. The bottom, absolute my rock bottom.
Yes.
And I believe happiness is a choice. You got to wake up every day and turn and decide to have a positive outlook. Because I went through that phase where I came out, all the stuff you were saying about you weren't where you wanted to be, didn't feel worthy. When you met somebody, same situation. You know what I'm saying? I was used to being a dude that had bread, could function inside a relationship. I could, whatever, but it got to the point where you didn't have that. And now you have to define for yourself, what's my value outside of what I can give somebody. You know what I'm saying? And that's where I had to come to. That was part of my learning curve. And I just got to the point where I just decided to start focusing on the positive things that still existed for me. You know what I'm saying? I still had a family that loved me, like you said. Still had kids that loved me to death. My family, friends and family still saw me in the same light. And that's the stuff that helped me kind of retain that positive image of myself. Because, people can have a negative image of you. You just can't let other people's image change your image of yourself.
Right.
And that's where your happiness was. That's where my happiness was. I decided that I was the bomb. I did. I still feel like that.
Yeah, I got news. I got news for you, bro. But no, it's funny, just to make the circle complete. I'm at my everything now. Times weren't always happy for me. I came home literally to be blindsided by, I'm no longer willing to sacrifice what it takes to be a wife. Yeah. Truly, I came home to, after the first presidential inauguration, President Obama's inauguration, talking about starting a family, scheduling the whole starting a family. I was blindsided with, I'm no longer willing to sacrifice what it takes to be a wife.
How did she get there? Because that didn't just happen.
Brother, when I tell you, if you had a gun to my head right now, we were still newlyweds. I'm glad it happened when it did, because if you had incorporated children, more time and more properties into the equation, I could not have taken it as gracefully as I did. But back into the vein of what happens in that sour place in life, she didn't know that day I was laid off from work.
Wow, she gave you that news on the day that you got laid
off from work.
Wow, boy.
And just to add further insult to injury, my only source of income was working security at the beauty salon where she worked. So you talk about
ain't nobody safe up in this
bro.
I'm slapping everybody on sight tomorrow. Anybody come to the shop, one slap, buy one slap, get a second slap free.
Oh no,
I'm slapping everybody.
Wait. I tell you what, save that energy. Save that energy, because you're gonna need it for the rest of this story.
Okay.
So here
I'm still slapping somebody.
Yeah, that's fine. That's fine.
Give
Give them the second slap after you get the story. So now here it is. You talk about putting on a mask. We did mutually agree. You know, we'll put the best on the outside, and we'll be amicable and cool in front of people. Much respect to both of us because we were able to do that. But eventually, people noticed neither of us were wearing our rings, and the questions started. And people couldn't believe it because this was the couple people wanted to always see make it happen. So during our separation, she got pregnant from another man. So now,
slaps. Now everybody getting gut punches. The slap and a gut punch.
So dog, check this out. So now I have to see the woman to whom I'm married carrying another man's baby. And
y'all wasn't divorced yet.
What didn't you miss about while we were separated?
Wow.
She got pregnant from another man.
Okay.
So now I got to see you, a baby growing inside of you that ain't mine, and this dude coming up to the shop.
And you the security guard.
Armed.
Everybody getting slapped.
But okay, so let's say pause right there.
Bernie Mac movie when he got off the train.
Mr. 3000. Mr. 3000.
No, that was Head of State with Chris Rock.
Yeah. It was.
Dog, I mean, wow.
Yeah. So
wow,
now,
bro.
So now, here it is. That's my only source of income. I'm living with my homeboy, and even he and I had words, and that was a tumultuous situation. So it's like, okay, God, what now? So 2009, I got the old frat house on the lake.
Okay.
Life looks good. I got the other property. I'm of course back at my career field. Mm-hmm. So it took those things, and that's the short abbreviated story. Mm-hmm. It took those things for me to go through that bull to realize what's really important in life, and that is that happiness that starts within.
Wow.
When I tell you things that used to
So you didn't get to slap nobody?
So that split-second decision leads to a lifetime that I got to get out of that mess.
Yeah, no, I get it. No, I mean, and seriously though, bro, I got to give you props. That takes a lot of inner strength,
fortitude
to sit there and watch all of that.
But wow. You know what? I'm really proud of myself, even looking retrospectively, in how it could have been handled. And how did I handle every aspect of the separation and divorce perfectly? No, but I give myself 9.99 out of 10 decisions was the right decision to make.
Yeah,
and now,
good stuff,
if I had, let's just say, acted irrational, out of character, and ended up in prison, now where am I happy? I'm not.
Well, for that split second while you was in the mid slap.
But now the question is,
I mean, now granted, there's consequences and repercussions to everything. Yeah. But right on that follow through, whap. See, you got to take that happiness with you.
And then smile like
whap.
Think about how far your hand went back. Yeah, feel good.
Let's put some baby powder on it. Whap.
I'm gonna get a championship.
Smile of satisfaction. Another satisfied customer.
But then what?
Wow.
Yeah.
Then what?
It's a beautiful thing that you handle that way. But you know, when I look at things like that, I always try to put God in everything that happens, because He's in everything that happens.
Yes.
And all those things that happen to you, everything had to happen to you.
Oh yeah.
For you to get to that point, because if it was just you losing your job, that might not have been enough
to
get you away from the woman.
Correct.
Or so it took everything, because a lot of times we still think we can handle everything. So God got to show you, no, you're gonna have to lean on me,
bruh.
You know what I'm saying?
In that phase of life, it wasn't even leaning on. It was like, okay,
you gotta submit.
No, I'm in your whole hands.
Right, you have, and that's the thing about you have to.
Man,
you gotta submit, because if you don't, you keep on fighting against what He's trying to do, you'll fall farther and farther. Because you could have a pocket full of money. Do you know how many rich people got plenty of money? Lawyers But
And
still,
miserable.
they still can't fight the sickness that they have, or if they get in trouble with the law and go to jail, all your money can't even get you out. Look at all the stars that's going right now.
Man.
So sometimes God put you in a spot that where can't nobody help you, no matter what you got.
But you know what? I heard a preacher say one time, sometimes God have to knock you on your back for you to look up to him.
And that's
And
what happened.
I realized that was it for me. It
Absolutely.
didn't take me long.
Yeah.
It didn't take me long, but man.
Yeah, I think that's in my situation. I think that's what it was because I had really got to the point to where I wasn't a suitable partner for nobody.
Mm-hmm.
I really thought I could do life by myself. I cook better than most women I meet.
Hallelujah.
I'm chilling. I got my own crib, everything. All I need. My mindset at that time was, I just need you to answer that phone at 2:00 when I'm leaving the club, toe up.
Yes.
And I thought that was it. I thought that's all I needed to be happy until you lose everything and you realize that no, you can't do life by yourself. You need your helpmate, and you gotta eat a healthy
yourself.
dose of humble
Yeah, you gotta
pie
humble yourself.
because you can't do this thing alone. You need somebody to rock with you.
Absolutely.
And I appreciate that now. But I still would have slapped somebody at that beauty parlor, brother. I just want you to know. Matter of fact, let's go back over to just slap somebody for
I was just gonna say
GP.
the same
For
thing, man. Let's
for
go up there,
GP,
bro.
let's just go back. Bro, I ain't no way in hell I could have been the security
This
guard.
is for Sterling.
There ain't no way I could have been the security guard in there.
Armed.
Armed. Oh, bro, it would have been.
Dog,
we would have
dog.
been on CNN tomorrow, bro.
Dog, me, armed.
But we would have been on CNN.
But-
Breaking news.
Sterling goes nuts.
Oh Lord,
Security guard at the beauty parlor.
that made it ugly for everybody. But dog,
Shot up the whole beauty parlor.
dog,
Ain't nothing beautiful today.
we've talked about even that time period where when you did your time in the feds, you came back, you lost everything. You achieved a degree in pharmacy from Florida A&M University,
Yes, sir.
and to have lost it all, I think even the ventures that we've talked about, even this venture, even the inception of Dermajoy. Shout out to Dermajoy. Dermajoy CBD makes your skin smile. Yeah, but the things we've discussed, being in that box of a doctor of pharmacy would not have allowed you the freedoms that you have now and the opportunities that have abounded as a result of losing everything. Do you think even that part of the process has been a road to your happiness?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, to be honest, I had to come out of that mode. You know what I'm saying? I tell everybody, pharmacy is like, it's one of those careers. You're not rich, but you comfortable.
Mm-hmm.
And you definitely will get complacent. I can honestly say, had I not gone through the struggles I went through, I wouldn't have tried half of the stuff I've tried to do now. But that was out of necessity because I didn't have that anchor. You know what I'm saying? You got that pharmacy degree, you got a certain baseline salary, you kind of know where you at in life, and I wasn't going to rock that boat. You know what I mean?
Complacent.
But then when that's gone, now what you going to do? Now you, like you said, he knock you down to where you got to lean on him. You got to look to him. You got to find your strength in him, and you got to redefine your whole outlook on life. And that's what I had to do. And I'm glad I went through it. Because I love the person that I'm becoming now. But, I definitely had to go through the struggles I went through to get to the mindset I'm in now. And so my happiness today is revolved around being happy in my own skin, being accepted in the home that I'm living in, unconditional love. And those are the things that really matter to me.
Man.
That's what happiness is. You know what I'm saying? And so from that standpoint, I am happy.
Right.
Right, and that's it.
Man, you said 3 words that caught my full attention when you said rock.
Slap somebody. slap slap somebody at the bottom, bro. We need to have an intervention. We need to go to the beauty salon, and we just need to start slapping people, brother. I'm with it.
They still got armed security up there, dog.
Slap him too. Slap him too.
But those three were
Because he took the job you used to have. So we gonna slap him. We gonna slap him 2 times. Goddamn
Got my job.
You got his job. Whap whap. You know, whap whap whap. With the bam bam. You know, the follow through, bam, and then come back. Bam.
do it with both hands. Bop, 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 bop.
No.
So those 3 words you used were rock the boat. I don't think you realize what you said. Coming up in our second segment, it is more emphasis on Rock the Boat, how you can join us for Rock the Boat for
Rock the
coming
boat,
up. All
don't tip the
schools,
boat
all
over,
classes,
rock the boat.
Orange County's finest. Make sure you join us, Rock the Boat for. And that's going to wrap it up here on this section of
They
the
say
Ball
it's for
Head.
all schools, but it's really just for Evans.
Did you really have to interrupt my out? Dog, I was
It's
giving
really
a
my epic.
dog. I was giving a world class outro, and you interrupted me for
There
that
you go,
trash.
the world class again.
But you interrupted me with that trash talk about Evans High.
High, please believe it.
It's a reason why their mascot is the Trojans, because they a whole bunch of, well, you know, I'm not gonna say it.
Trojan.
Yeah. Don't encourage you. You know.
That's right. Maximum Trojan. Goddamn it. That's it. Let's keep it real. Goddamn. Let's keep it real. That's how we do it at E High.
The Trojan,
Maximum
the Trojan
Trojans.
minimus. You know, is how we do it here at Studio 2305, the Ball Head Barbershop.
Yes, sir.
Whole phase, happiness over everything. I know we all first heard that in segment 1. Somebody said, "Oh,
You gonna get us killed around here, brother.
K-I-L-T."
Killed it.
You know, as always, welcome back to the ride. Sterling Stevenson, Paul Rivers, and you'll notice, hey, somebody else is here in the barbershop. Y'all,
Sunshine.
sunshine. Y'all, this is Lisa Cobb Allen, and Lisa, how you doing?
I'm doing very well. How are you?
All is well, all is well. Now, somebody might be wondering why in the world they got this girl in yellow on the Ball Head Barbershop. So wait, dog,
Sunshine.
for the first time viewers, Paul does have a bald head. I, of course, have a big old bald head, but Lisa got all these glory locks. Bald Head Barbershop is not about an actual barbershop. It's how we help you get things off your mind. And this whole phase, happiness over everything, is a great way to get things off of your mind. The reason why Lisa is here, this is my classmate and friend over 30, 35 years. I know she doesn't look that old, I may. But Arlisa has an amazing talent of drawing people in. Brief story, it was our 30-year class reunion. Our class president took the time to resign because she was too busy. And as a team and a committee, we came together to put on a 30th class reunion. This reunion originally, and Paul, I know you've heard of the Rock the Boat cruise.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, we're waiting to get you on it. Evans High Class 89.
A High, class of 89.
Now,
there it
here's
is.
the beautiful, now her husband on the side giving up
There it is.
89.
There it is.
But here's the beautiful thing about it. Oak Ridge High School class of 92 was very close with 91 and 93. And the original conception was we would do a 3-class reunion from our high school. And on that call, I'm sure you remember, I said, hey, why don't we open up to all classes, all schools? And that's how the vision was born. Now, originally, Arlisa was the secretary, but she has truly become the first lady of Rock the Boat. I cannot exempt her husband, James. James, thank you for allowing her to do everything she does for Rock the Boat. Lisa, when I tell you, job well done, Rock the Boat 1, 2, and 3.
Rock the boat.
I was waiting on it. But honestly, I thought it was going to be Aaliyah that you were going to say. I didn't know you were going old school. I was just sitting here waiting on it. I was waiting
Oh yeah,
on
that's what it is. It's old school. This ain't the cruise for them young whippersnappers. This for the grown and sexy.
it. You know, but Arlisa, thank you for everything that you do with Rock the Boat. You know, tell us briefly, what is it about your whole phase, the happiness over everything that you've gotten for Rock the Boat?
Well, it's just basically the feedback that we have gotten since the first Rock the Boat, as you can remember. You know, it started with a committee of 7 or 9.
It was 9.
And we ended up with 2.
2.
Me and you.
Well,
Sterling probably ran everybody off. I already know how it went. I already know how it went. You had 7 happy people, and then Sterling got on board, and everybody started leaving. I already know how
So
it went.
no, Paul always makes me out to be Stum, and Paul Stum stands for
Sterling the Unmerciful. That's his emperor name.
No,
He gives nobody no grace.
He gave us all grace. We all vibed. We all got along, but COVID happened.
Okay.
And
Well, that's Sterling's fault too. Then we gonna blame Sterling for something. We gonna blame Sterling for
it
something.
was me. It was me.
That's it.
And that's pretty much what happened. So the first year, we still had 500 people on the cruise.
Wow, COVID, the year of COVID, you still had 500?
We were actually we were just coming out of COVID.
Right.
Everybody just wanted to get out the damn house at that point.
That's what
Right, it was
I
time
don't
to
care.
go. That's when you
COVID
could-
or not, I'm coming to catch something.
Exactly. And you could cruise 2 people in the balcony for $400.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
So we're not gonna see that again.
No.
But so basically, we had the rock the boat. It was your suggestion to open it up to all classes, all schools, and it went so well. It was. We haven't seen people we haven't seen since high school. So just that was just a complete vibe. So we're thinking, okay, it's gonna be just this 1 year. We're good. I literally had. I can't remember what class he was, but it was Clinton. He came to me and said, "You have to do this again."
Wow.
So, yeah.
Right.
So it was the very first day. The original cruise was 3 days. It was 3 days, 2 nights.
Right. It went out Friday and came back Monday.
Okay. So it was like James was saying the first day. Oh my God, we got to do this again. You can't just stop at 1. The second year, you can't stop at 2. But what it has evolved into is a true subculture within that Black Orlando culture from the age group of, let's say, 45, 50 and up that has really fortified old relationships and forged new relationships. And I think that was a lot of our goal and objective in opening it up.
Right.
You do travel quite extensively, is that right?
I do.
What has been your most fun vacation?
Oh man. We just getting back from Bali.
Okay.
Wow.
So for those who have not experienced Bali, give some of your experience, like the flight, how long you were there, the accommodations. Just give a couple of high points of your experience.
Okay. Well, first, there was a group of 7 of us, and the first thing we booked, of course, you need to book your airfare, lock your airfare in, and we were able to book the hotels and the villas because we stopped in Singapore first, and then we went over to Bali.
Pause right there. How long is the flight from? It wasn't Orlando. You guys flew out of New York. Is that right?
Correct.
How long is that flight?
From Orlando to Singapore was 17 hours.
Jesus.
Wow.
It sounds intimidating,
Man, that's 3/4 of a day.
and it doesn't feel like it.
Okay.
Even Morocco was like, whew, I ain't gonna be able to do this, but actually she did fine.
For those of you who don't know Morocco, that's her partner in crime. You see,
My bestie.
when I tell you like the true yin and yang, boy,
Yes.
balance.
Yes.
But go ahead.
But basically, when you're on these long haul flights, they cater to you. They're gonna feed you literally around the clock. There was a time change. There's a 12-hour time difference between here and Bali and Singapore. So basically, our flight left around 10 p.m. In a few hours, it was light outside. So it kind of throws you off, but then you kind of
You got a 12-hour flip.
Yes,
That's
you
when you
do.
got to get one of those airplanes with the bed, the little cabin.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So did y'all have those
Stretch
too?
all the way.
No,
out.
we didn't have those, but we flew premium economy on Singapore Airlines, and basically you don't lay flat, but they give you a wider
Cat corner.
Correct. And then they give you like a little footrest, and like I said, they feed you around the clock. There's like 3 major meals and snacks. You can get
Wow.
snacks. You can walk up and down. You have your TV with thousands of movies, videos,
Yeah.
music, whatever you want. So it goes by really quick. And like I said, that was the only thing we planned. So basically, we kind of just did everything by ear every day.
Wow.
Yeah, I mean, and it was so cool. Like, we went on a night safari.
Wow.
We had tigers jump on the top because we were all in a cage, and they jumped on us
At night?
Yeah. Tigers, lions.
So,
Oh my!
Well,
Lions and tigers and bears.
Oh,
my!
so
Yeah.
I'm not a racist, but black folks hung around for tigers jumping on the.
Well, I mean,
Yeah,
we
I'm
were
good.
some of the few that were over there.
When in
However,
the Congo, do as the Congolese do.
there you go. And it's, I mean, it sounds. I mean, I was more afraid of them, like peeing on us. You know what I'm saying? Because I mean, they were right here.
Wow.
You know, they were right on top.
So is it like a glass? Is it
Yeah,
a
you can
glass
touch 'em.
top or?
No, it's open.
Oh,
It's
okay.
it's a
Okay.
cage. So you're driving through, and of course you see in the background they have the rangers and everything, just in case it gets, because
With
they
the,
started
with the
stuff.
rifles, right?
Yes.
I mean,
Somebody need to have a gun. I'm just saying, because we might get the hard head lion and tiger. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, Pookie lion.
Yeah,
Exactly.
yeah. You know you don't supposed to be eating the tourists.
All right.
Oh no,
right.
he would
There
take
go,
delicious.
there go Curtis, always up there eating the
He gonna
damn
get shot.
tourists.
He gonna
Right.
pass the gun line, boy.
All right.
He gonna pass
As
the
the
gun line.
line. But
Yeah.
no, I mean, the animals, they behaved.
Yeah, obviously they
Hey,
made
real-
They
job.
get the tourists. They
Right.
up there
They don't
singing.
like us.
In the jungle, the mighty jungle, weave away.
You know, but it was, I mean, we did a lot of temples. We did some beach clubs, like with the all you can eat type vibe. I mean, everywhere. Oh, we had people, our villa was amazing. We had staff come in, give us massages, 2-hour massages with body scrubs.
Wow.
Guess how much? Over in Bali.
How much?
$12.
What?
12 US
You know
dollars.
what?
And that's what them
I don't usually do this. Give me two.
Yeah, give it to him.
Matter of fact,
Allen.
give him one too.
Mr.
That-
Allen had 3 services.
I ain't mad at it. I ain't mad at it.
Hold on,
Shoot.
James.
$12
What 3 services
$12.
did you have perform?
Well, I got my feet done for an hour and a half.
Ooh.
An hour and a half massage, back massage for an hour and a half, and then
Yes,
I got
sir.
my hands and toes done. All that was, I think, $48.
Wow. Now that's what you call happiness
good.
over everything
that-
right there.
And it's not a
I mean,
Wow.
one of the things, even the inception of Rock the Boat, one of the things I wanted to do is get our people, melanated people, the opportunity to travel. Because truly, we were talking off camera, life really is short.
Right.
Life, you realize you have longer to not be here than you do to be here because time is going to keep ticking.
Absolutely.
The thing of it is, what will you do while you're here? Yeah, we started out with the cruise, but I would love to see it evolve more into excursions or those true vacations outside of a cruise. I know we had talked about doing the ski
Get
slope.
one of
Just
them,
ask
one
me
of them
about it, so.
$12 massages. That's all I need, brother. I'm good. Sign me up.
Listen, the next day,
Uh-huh.
we got back on Wednesday.
Uh-huh.
Morocco was already looking up flights for next year.
Oh yeah.
So would you be interested in doing maybe an Orlando tour group to give the people your information? Your travel information.
Okay.
Wait. Look
Yes.
in that camera.
Okay. All right. Well, it's Where to Next Travel. You can contact me via email, which is where2nexttravel.aa@gmail.com, or you can call or text me at 407-619-3809.
Man, thank you so much for coming,
Yes,
sharing your
sir.
experience.
Absolutely.
Rock the Boat family. Hey, I got to take a minute, pause, for one that we lost. Facing Smith, we lost to a car accident. Facing, gone but never forgotten. Evans High School class of 82. We love you, brother.
Yes, we do.
Yes, sir.
And that's how we do it here on the Ballhead Barbershop at Studio 2305.